It is the middle of April, and in gardening zone 6, it is finally warm enough to go out and clean up the garden a little bit. Spring is finally here. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and those sleepy plants are ready to grow. Time to clear out the winter mess and prep the garden for the new life. Here is how the garden looks now. Plants started coming out, and I'll have to help them find the sun. You can see the sedum started coming out, and I have to clean the old stalks here. This is dandelion. I have to clean it up, but maybe I'll just first let it grow and eat the leaves. I love the dandelion leaves. And more irises and more daffodils. Look at the daylilies here, because they were all covered with this stuff. See how they were struggling to find the sun, so I have to clean everything to make it easier for them to start coming up. And again, everything here is covered with the pine needles and pine cones, and I kind of like the pine tree, but at the same time it is so messy and it creates so much mess for the plants too. Let's get started. And all these is going to my compost now. Of course, I'm not gonna be able to use it this year, but for next year it's gonna be ready. And here is my compost. I have this door here that is kind of decorative and leads toward my compost piles. I have only 2. My yard is very small, so there is no space for more, but at least I'm trying to have these 2. I love the pine tree here. How much needles it creates. Yeah, look, it's like layer after layer after layer. And look at the big piles I have so far. And I have cleaned only this part here. And here it is, how clean everything looks, and now the plants can actually start growing and developing. My rock garden, you can see the plants now. Here is this part of the garden that I'm going to continue developing. Some of the plants are still dormant, so I will have to wait a few more weeks until I see what's dead, what's still alive, and we'll do a second cleanup then. This here is part of my yard where I plant different vegetables. It was a lawn originally, and I turned on the soil and removed the grass and everything and turned it into this vegetable patch 5 years ago. And for that I used, to make a small path here in the middle, I put some wood just to separate the gravel from the place where I plant. But as you can see, it rotted, it's falling apart, and there is a lot of weeds and whatever here in the gravel. So on this part, yeah, the wood totally disappeared, got totally rotten. So I am thinking of reorganizing this part of my yard. I have these onions here. These are called walking onions because they produce not seeds but these small onions on top. And these ones, they just dropped here in the ground and they started sprouting, you can see. So from this and more here, I will clean up everything here and then I will plant them, and maybe in a month I will have green onions for salads. So let's get started. So now, after I removed everything that I can use, these are usable. They're too big, so I'll just leave them. But here I will start removing this here and replacing it with something new. I dug a trench here behind the wood, and I will try lift it up and replace it. Let's see how it's gonna go. You can tell it's all rotten. Again, here it is, how it comes. So each one will become a new onion plant. Look at this. Look at the nice roots. And here is how the gravel path looks like now. And here is the path. So I've cleaned this part, I've cleaned the path here. Now I have to clean up this part and this part here, which was parsley and celery last year. So started cleaning up a little bit. It is difficult. I try to keep the parsley and celery and just remove the weeds, but very difficult. Lots of damage too, but hopefully some will survive. And then I still need to continue further. Oh boy, work never ends, but it's rewarding. My vegetable garden is ready for planting. And this is this part. And here it is. Everything is a little bit cleaner and nicer. And then this part, this part needs a lot of cleaning here as well. This here is also cleaner. I could do a little bit more work and I need to trim these shrubs here a little bit, but that's going to be some other day. The garden is far from really clean and perfect. There is a lot of work still to be done for this, but I'm tired and I'm going to stop here, and hopefully soon I'll be able to show you the results of my labor. See you soon!